Hey folks, Pastor Stephen here from Guilford Park Presbyterian Church. I hope that you and those that you love had an enjoyable Thanksgiving break, which means that we are now in the middle of the holiday season, and that means the season of Advent. Just in case you are new here or maybe new to the liturgical calendar tradition of the Presbyterian Church, Advent is the season of the 4 Sundays that precede the season of Christmas, which begins on Christmas Day. So this Sunday, December 3rd at 10 a.m., we will begin our first Advent service. This will also be a communion service, and as such, we have a new sermon series called How Does a Weary World Rejoice? I wanted to tell you all a little bit about this series. Joy is often a companion to many other emotions. We can feel joy in addition to many other things all at once. Grief, anticipation, anxiety, excitement, disappointment, exhaustion. Perhaps many of us live with the myth that joy is not something we deserve, or that it is wholly out of our reach. But our joy is rooted in the truth that we belong to God. Can you tether yourself to that deep truth? You deserve to feel joy fully. The world needs your joy, even if you are weary. Our joy is better when it is shared. So this theme, How Does a Weary World Rejoice? It, of course, alludes to the line in that familiar Christmas hymn, O Holy Night, which has an interesting history. The song was originally written by a French poet who was an atheist, and the music was supplied by a Jewish composer. The hymn was later translated into English by an American Unitarian minister, and in the 1800s, it became a popular hymn for Christian abolitionists due to its justice-focused language in verse 3. Like Mary's song, the hymn reminds us that justice and joy belong together. Sometimes our joy is an act of resistance. And so this Advent, we will hold space for our weariness and our joy. We will seek a thrill of hope in our hurting world. We will welcome joy, especially and even if, like the prophet Isaiah, we cry out for comfort. In this weary world, may we find ways to rejoice. Our first theme this week is going to be we acknowledge our weariness, and we'll be looking at 2 passages, Luke 1 through 23, which is the story of Zechariah and Elizabeth receiving the news that they are going to be having a child, John the Baptist, and then also Psalm 80, one of my favorite of the Advent Psalms. So this Sunday, as Advent begins, we start by acknowledging the weariness, grief, rage, and hopelessness that we carry. And we also affirm that we are made for joy. So we start the season with Zechariah and Elizabeth. They have battled infertility and have lived many years. Perhaps they feel the weight of hopes and dreams unattained. The angel comes to Zechariah with the promise of good news, but Zechariah can't fully receive it. Friends, sometimes our weariness can harden us and prevent us from living fully. So we will acknowledge this Sunday the ways we too are hardened by disbelief. Like the psalmist in Psalm 80, we will ask, how long? And we will plead for restoration. Friends, I hope that you will join us as we begin this Sunday when we light the first candle, which is the candle of hope that we have together. Again, this Sunday worship will be at 10 o'clock. At 9 o'clock before that, we have breakfast in the Bible with our young children, youth and young children and their families. After worship, I believe Justice and Peacemaking and Children and Youth Committee is meeting. We have children's music at 2. 5 o'clock, we are doing a carol service out across the street in the park. If you want to join us at 5 o'clock, we'll be singing some Christmas carols together and enjoying some toasty beverages. And then I also think the Yoko, our youth collective, is meeting, I think at 5:30 this afternoon too, or that afternoon too. So there's a lot going on. We hope you make some time in the busyness of the season to come and worship with us, to rest with us, to sing with us, and to be weary and joyful together at the same time with us. So until we see you, may God bless you. Be kind to one another. Be kind to yourselves. And we hope to see you this Sunday at 10. And remember, there's room for you in the neighborhood. Bye.